WGN, Tommy Habeeb. Tommy, how are you?
Well, you're cracking me up, my friend. That is priceless. I got my pink press-on nail on my little finger, so I just wanted to be ready for this interview.
Well, I'll tell you, I did not see Oppenheimer yet. I will. My daughter and son-in-law, who are actors in Hollywood, were planning to go to both. And I said, well, let me know what you think of them. And I got a text that they went to Oppenheimer and then were too tired to go to the second one. But Oppenheimer's like 3 hours long. I didn't think they were going to make it. But
no, it is.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you.
I was gonna tell you that they did it right, and so many people were saying, "Oh, we're going to Barbie, then to Oppenheimer," but dude, you can't do that. You've got to get a little happy after you go through this depressing movie. Now, Oppenheimer is a great film, but don't get me wrong. I mean, it is so depressing that you need a little eye bleach, right? You need a little happiness. You need a little pink. So when you leave, you're not going to be completely depressed. Well, that's my philosophy on it.
Oh, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, I said sometime in the past couple of weeks, there's a story that everybody knows about Oppenheimer. I mean, it's a well-known individual, a well-known plot. We all know what he did. We all know what they dropped the bombs. And so let's write a movie about that. Now, on the other hand, let's write a movie about a plastic doll. Well, wait a minute. There's no backstory here. I mean, that's got to be invented out of the clear blue sky, and it was.
Truly.
Yeah, truly.
But I have a little kinship. Excuse the pun. A little kinship with that movie. So back in the early '90s, I had a very popular clothing line. Believe it or not, I had a TV show about rodeos, and so I created this line. It was in Walmart stores and Targets and Sam's Clubs, and it was all made from cotton. And they had a competition, Mattel, for these designers to come up with a new Barbie and Ken wardrobe. And I actually won the damn thing.
What?
So I created a Ken doll clothing line. It was pretty crazy. I laughed so hard back in the day, but that crazy, my Ken doll and clothing line toured around the country. It was pretty silly. But so I've got a little relationship, with Barbie and Ken.
Oh, I would say more. Absolutely. There are people probably listening who bought that clothing line for Ken. What did it look like? So I'm originally from Texas, and I had this kind of Western feel to it, and it had a star, and it all had a kind of a Western line to it. And what was really funny is I got a email or something from somebody, I don't remember who it was, and on eBay. They were selling some of my clothing line on eBay from like 25, 30 years ago. I thought that was quite ironic. Maybe it's not ironic at all then, because in the movie Barbie, Ken spends quite a bit of time in a Western outfit.
See, there we have it. I haven't
I'm
seen
telling
it
you,
yet,
I'm like, what?
But I need to.
Well, you better, because I think your stuff might be in there. I'm telling you, he wears a cowboy hat. He's got a fringe Western shirt on, the whole 9 yards. Man.
See, I haven't. I've just seen scenes that they've sent me from it, but I haven't got to see the whole thing yet.
Oh, wow.
And
that blows my mind, Tommy. Wow, cool.
Wouldn't that be nuts?
Yes, and I wouldn't be surprised either, quite frankly. So
when I get my lawyers on it, I'm going to come back and we'll talk about it on the show.
Absolutely. So I got this article here. Barbenheimer signals the start of Hollywood's apocalypse. Now, I don't know why in the world someone thinks that. Would you have any opinion on that headline?
Listen, here's the thing. They're talking about this, rejuvenating and changing, Hollywood back since the pandemic. It's bringing everything back. We're going to all go to the movies. And everybody just take a deep breath here. You know, we learned from social media, and before social media, we learned from those crazy rag magazines like National Enquirer and Star that people get excited and things go viral, and everybody's talking about it, and there's going to be another news cycle here coming up next week, and they won't talk about it anymore. You know, the landscape's changed. Believe me, I'm an actor by trade. I love the movies. I want everybody going back to the movies, but I don't see it like being like it was. I really don't. We got ingrained since the pandemic to watching on our screens at home, and the screens are getting bigger and better. Well, there's nothing like the movie theater for audio and video visuals. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to get fully back to it. I think that this is just lightning striking. Somebody hit the lottery, and all the studios are, taking full advantage of it. And, they're just pumping up. It's a gift to those guys.
Oh,
they're going, can you believe this? Because you would think that there's a lot of films out there and you work so hard to try to go viral. Everybody's trying to figure out that magic bullet. Well, it's not one. It's just, you just got to have a lot of luck. And something happened, and that's what happened in this case. And they paired two crazy movies together.
There's a SAG AFTRA strike going on right now. As you said, you're an actor by trade, and I was looking at your bio, and you were part of a strike years ago? In
now,
Hollywood?
You're aging me, but yes, I have to admit it. I walked the picket lines in 1980, so I was over at CBS Television, and all my friends, and I got to work on shows like WKRP and Lou Grant, and I was just 19, 20, and I remember Howard Hessman taking me under his wing, and we're walking the picket lines, but at 20 years old, I didn't understand. I was just lucky. I'd work for free. It wasn't, but luckily, the union protected me and got me these numbers, got the agreements done. So, I've been able to make a great living for the last 40 years in this business.
Do you remember it all? Do you remember at all what the issues of that strike were, or not?
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. It's ingrained in my head. And back then, we were talking, do you remember VHS home movies?
Oh, sure.
And do you remember pay-per-view? Well, that's what we were fighting over. Today, it's completely different. We're fighting for our lives because with AI, it could all be over really quick. My two boys, I got two teenage boys that are phenomenal actors. My 30-year-old, he's a good actor, but he's found his way already in computer engineering. But the two, they love acting, and I'm scared for them that they're not going to get the chance to, in 15, 20 years, it may be over. They may just be creating everybody on AI. And so that's what we're fighting for. And I'm so sad that my kids that love this industry so much, and I think the world's going to lose a lot if we lose that true human contact.
I've heard all sorts of opinions as to how long this strike might last. I've heard quotations from studio executives. We're going to go until they start losing their houses and apartments. Do you have any sense of?
Well, doesn't that kind of
I've heard it even might go into next year. I find that hard to believe, but what do you think?
Here's my feeling on it.
Yeah.
There's just billions of dollars here that are going away. So I think that, like any negotiation, we're going to come to a point, and I think within 90 days we're going to come together and find a solution. We're going to do the right thing, and we're going to try to take care of each other as much as we can. It's going to be for a limited time. Listen, we want no AI actors.
Right.
And so, yes, do AI everywhere else, but don't take that away from us, and so I think there's going to be a time limit on it, and then we'll have to renegotiate this. But, what's going to happen is, yes, we're going to fight and we're going to get this, but all over the world that don't pay any attention to our unions, they're going to create freaking movies and scripts with a stroke of a keypad.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be scary, and everybody's gonna be out of work. It's from transportation to makeup artists to cameramen to it's gonna be some guy sitting executive of the network gonna stroke some keys and go, okay, make me a fun kids teenage movie. Think Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga's young kids, John Waters script, and it's gonna spit the damn movie out.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's scary, and it's not here today, but they can sure take news anchors and stick, a avatar and put words in their mouth. But I promise you, in 20 years, they're going to make, they're going to make actors like you won't know the difference.
Well, Tommy, I want to thank you for being on, and I hope we stay in touch. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
For sure.
It's absolutely fantastic. No. Tommy Habeeb.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks for having me on so much. It means so much to me. Listen, you can go to TommyHabeeb.com and read my blog. I've written extensively about fractional credits. That's my thought about AI, is fractional credits, and you can kind of watch some of my other stuff. I'm rescuing dogs now, and we're in our third season on To the Rescue. So we're real excited about that show. It's been a tremendous hit. So I appreciate you having me on and letting me kind of vent to you a little bit.
Anytime, Tommy. Anytime. Thanks for being with us. Really.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
All right. Take care. John Landecker, 720 WGN.